Hello guys, in this episode I will show you how to make Jamaican beef patties. See, we'll see,
For the pastry,
watch and learn.
we have regular granulated white sugar. We have curry powder, ground turmeric, baking powder, regular salt, flour. Mix it all in
That's it?
for now.
For now.
For now, we're going to add butter and we're going to add some shortening in a minute. But we'll mix all these ingredients. We'll mix it well before we add the butter and the shortening. Here goes the butter. We'll put some butter in next, as well as shortening. Okay, we're going to cut up some butter and put it in here. Now this is cold butter. You want to use cold butter, fresh out the refrigerator. Okay.
What's that?
This right here is the shortening. We're going to add some shortening next.
Oh, you're going to mix all?
Yes, I'll mix it all up. Now we'll take our hands and we'll mix it well until it's all crumbly.
Did you wash your hands?
Yes. Now, you can also use a fork and kind of crumble it up first with a fork. We'll do that. Okay, as you can see, I've had to transfer my flour mixture into a bigger bowl. And let me explain to you what I've done thus far. I put in 2 tablespoons of ground turmeric, and that's what makes this yellow. I also put in a tablespoon of curry powder. That's just going to give it a little bit more extra flavor. Also, I put in a teaspoon of salt and a tablespoon of sugar. And I've blended it all in together. And this is what we have now. Nice and mixed up. This is going to be some very, very flavorful pastry. Yes. Now I'm going to be honest with you guys. I've never made Jamaican beef patties before, and this is my first time doing so. And actually, I'm following a recipe. So I just want to share that with you. I don't want you to think that I'm an expert in making Jamaican beef patties. No, this is my first time. We're going to see how it comes out. I have confidence. Okay. I think it's going to be well. Here we go. Now, I forgot to tell you how much baking powder I put in here. I put in 1 tablespoon of baking powder into this mixture. Now that I have the butter and the shortening blended into this flour nice and well, I'm going to add in about a cup of buttermilk. And the buttermilk is cold. You want to put in very, very cold buttermilk. Some recipes call for water, but this one calls for buttermilk. Just get it in there, mix it up nice and good. You want to form like a dough. It's going to look like bread dough.
It's too hassle.
Well, yes, it's a lot of work, but that's what it takes to make something good. Okay, now this is what it looks like after you get it all mixed up. You want to get this fine ball here going on. We're just going to keep mixing it. Yes. This is going to be some good crust. Now, what we want to do at this point, you want to put it in the refrigerator for 30 minutes. So, what I'm going to do is transfer it. I'm going to transfer it back into the smaller bowl so I can put it in the refrigerator. Okay. Now, you want to cover it. You want to cover it?
Wow, smell good.
Yes, that's that turmeric and that curry that you're smelling. You want to cover it. Place it in the refrigerator for 30 minutes.
Now the 30 minutes
Let the flavors soak in and mix well. We got our dough mixture out of the refrigerator. Now what we have to do is roll it out. I'm going to roll it out with this rolling pin on this cutting board. So what you want to do is sprinkle some flour on your cutting board.
Oh my God, it's look like you get, baby.
Sprinkle a little bit of powder on it. Turn it around. Sprinkle a little bit of more powder. You can be quite liberal with the powder, with the flour. Now you want to put some flour on your rolling pin because you don't want it to stick. So give it a good dose of flour. Now we have to roll it out. Yes. Okay, as you see, I had to transfer my pastry dough onto the countertop because the chopping board was just a little bit too small. So I've continued rolling it here with the rolling pin. Now I'm going to add some more butter onto this, and I'm going to use this peeler. This is my potato peeler, carrot peeler, and I'm going to use that to just peel butter. I'm going to peel it. Okay, now we're rolling it out. I added some butter to this and some more shortening, and I folded it into this dough, and I'm rolling it out, and I'm gonna put in some more butter, and I'll show you. Okay. Now we're gonna take some more butter, and we'll put butter on here. Okay. I put in about a total of a half a cup of butter on top of this pastry dough, a quarter cup 2 times, and also about maybe a quarter cup of shortening as well, putting it on top of the pastry dough. And now what I'm going to do is fold it. I'll fold the pastry over like this. Okay, now I'll roll it out again. Let's go this way with it. Yes, look at that. Okay. Now sometimes when you roll this dough out, even though you put flour on it, you put flour everywhere, it still sometimes wants to stick to your rolling pin. And then when that happens, what I did is I just simply gathered up all the dough and I put it back in a ball, and then put flour everywhere again and rolled it out. And then when you do that, it tends to not stick no more. So it's rolling out pretty good. It's not sticking. So I got all the butter and vegetable oil blended in here real good. You can't see it, so it's mixed real good. And when you gather it up in a ball and knead it again, that helps blend it. And then roll it out. Yes. Whoa, there you go, trying to stick. All right. At this point, you're gonna roll it back up. We're gonna just roll it up in a ball again. Gonna put it back in our glass bowl. Cover it and put it back in the refrigerator for another 30 minutes. One more time in the refrigerator, and then when it comes out, we'll roll it out flat again and then start putting our filling in there. Now for our meat, I've already seasoned the ground beef. The ground beef is seasoned. Now we're going to put in onions, carrots, garlic, a little bit of more ground pepper, some thyme, salt, green onions. These are some Mexican peppers. They're like Bonnie peppers. Some soy sauce, oyster sauce. We'll put in a little bit of ketchup. Then our ground beef, a little bit of tomato paste, and then we'll put in some of this Maggi seasoning, Maggi Jugo seasoning.
And then rice.
No rice. She wish. Okay, first we're going to put a little bit of canola oil in the pot here. We're going to use a non-stick pan. Okay, let it get nice and hot.
Okay. Now
let's put in our onions. We're going to saute these onions until they get translucent. About a minute or two. This right here is about a third of a large onion.
put it on.
Put it all?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll put the whole thing in there. About a half an onion there. Half of a large one.
Put the garlic in. You have to put the garlic first.
No, onion first. Cook it, let it get translucent. A couple minutes. We'll put in the carrots next. Now, we'll put in the carrots.
So
now we have some garlic. Fresh garlic. We're gonna put about a teaspoon.
oil.
A teaspoon of fresh garlic.
Okay, next.
Put in a dash of black pepper. We're going to put in some thyme, not too much. And then dash of salt.
And then next.
We'll let that cook for a while.
That up.
Our peppers.
And then next. What?
Put in some soy sauce.
Small.
oyster sauce. Put a little dab of oyster sauce.
Get a ketchup.
Next, some ketchup. Next, we're putting in our seasoned ground beef. And we're going to cook this until it's no longer pink. Okay, we're going to chop up our ground beef. Make sure it's not too chunky. Then we're going to add in tomato paste. We're going to add in about a nice healthy teaspoon. And we're going to add in our Maggi Jugo seasoning sauce. We'll put in about a teaspoon of this. Goodness, excuse me. This right here is going to make the meat dark. It's going to make the meat a little bit darker. Maybe I'll add another teaspoon of this. Okay, and then you mix it up. Oh, look at those juices. You want to mix it up thoroughly. Then now at this stage you want to cover it. Cover it and let it cook, at least 10 minutes. Next what we're going to do is we're going to put in some breadcrumbs. This is about 1.5 cups of breadcrumbs. We're going to go ahead and sprinkle it in so it can absorb all that oil. All the liquid. That's what this breadcrumbs for. Let's see. Okay, let's put in the rest. Put in the rest of these breadcrumbs. Yeah, let's get that mixed up nice and good.
Wow, it looks good, Ben.
Mm-hmm.
It's Bombay.
Mm-hmm.
Bombay.
Next, we got a couple of tablespoons of water here. We're going to put a little bit more of our Maggi seasoning sauce. Mix it with the water. Then a few more sprinkles. I'm going to put that in there. I'm going to make sure we get it nice and mixed. Now that the meat is done, we're going to chop it up. And what we do is put it in the blender. And we're going to add a little bit of water to it. And we're going to pulse it. Put it on pulse. Let's see.
Wow.
Look at it.
Yes.
I'm going to pulse it a little bit more. Put another drop of water in here. After it's blended, this is what's going to go inside of the pastry. And this is what it looks like when it's all blended. See, look at that.
The taste is so good. I feel it.
Yes, it tastes very good. We've already tasted it.
Hot and spicy.
Yes, it's got a little kick to it. It's spicy. It's perfectly spicy. This is very good. Okay. I've taken it out the refrigerator already. And I broke it in half. I'm going to roll out one half of the dough at a time because it's a lot. And as you can see here, I've already rolled it out. Now at this point, I'll probably get about maybe 4 out of this right here. And I'll show you how. Okay, now that I got it rolled out, I'm going to outline where I'm going to put the meat. I'm going to draw an outline. I'll put the meat right here.
In the center?
Yes. Okay, now I'm going to take my meat.
Whoa.
Spread it.
Wow.
Get a spoonful. Spread it. And now I'll fold it over. I already put the meat in here. I'm getting ready to fold it. First, we're going to put a little bit of egg wash on the edges. I'll fold it over. Now, take this fork and dip it in flour.
Again?
And I'll crimp the edges together.
It looks good.
crimp the edges. Then I'm going to take this and I'm going to, this is a pizza slicer, and I'm going to just go around and take the excess off. Cut off the excess.
Wow.
There you go.
Pretty.
And I'll continue making. Here they are, going in the oven. And here is the finished product coming out of the oven. They smell so delicious.